Okay, guys, we are back, and yeah, we are going to start with our last match of today, last match of Group A, and we just saw quite an entertaining matchup between Ben Hercules and Kenny Solomon just now, and Ben prevailed over there, so Ben will qualify and go through to the next round of knockouts, which is next weekend. So well done to Ben. And now we have the leader of Group A, and David struggling in this tournament. Results wise, I wouldn't say playing wise. I think both these guys have been playing well. It's actually a bit unlucky that David hasn't gotten any points thus far, considering the way he was leading against Kenny, and also had quite a nice position against Ben. So tough tournament. Henry, of course, leading the group with full score, and it's bound to be an interesting game. So we've done our drawing for the colors, and David has the white pieces against Henry, and this position you see is just from the last game. So Ben showing some nice dragon tactics over here. So I'm gonna reshuffle the position. Let's press it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And this doesn't seem like a position we've had thus far. Okay, so you guys know what to do. If there's no questions, then you can mute yourselves, and good luck. David, you can start whenever you are ready.
Awesome.
Okay, let's update the title quick. Okay, so I think I should just make sure everybody is muted.
E4 on the board.
And yeah, now only be asking earlier on how much is the dragon bishop worth? Maybe around 6 or 7 points. Yes, that's what I would say. Okay, so the dragon bishops on G1 and B1. The knights standing next to each other. The queen not so bad on F1. So yes, E4 on the board. I think this is maybe not the most difficult start for the players. But Henry just contemplating what to do.
So how would you start your position? Also, either E4, D4, and then bring out the knights before the bishops.
Knights before dragons, yes. I wouldn't want to get my dragon bishops out too early, because they tend to get chased around by the smaller pieces. So yeah, maybe just try to budget where you can put your dragon bishops, even if they're not out too far. I would like to preserve my dragon bishops. They're almost as powerful as queens. Okay, not exactly, but they do have a lot of power. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. You can consider for white setup maybe F3, dragon E2 and queen F2. Or you could consider G3 and dragon F3, or G3, queen G2, dragon E2. So just trying to figure out how to develop is quite important.
I don't know why I keep thinking of A3 and dragon A2. Like,
I like that idea.
Was that in previous tournament games?
Yes, I've seen that as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's a cool idea. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, guys, Ben Hercules has qualified. He's going through to the next stage of the knockouts. There's only 4. It's basically we're gonna start off with the semi-finals next weekend, Saturday. And then after that we'll have the finals and also a fight for third and fourth. So still some quality games next weekend coming as well on Saturday and Sunday. Knight b3. Let's try to adjust Henry's camera a bit. Okay, that's better.
Knight b6 or e7?
Looks good. And knight on e3 in the middle is quite nice, controlling a lot of squares in the middle. Stopping the d5 break, stopping f5. Before I play knight b6, I'll probably play knight e6 myself. But knight e7 looks kind of cool because you're supporting both those squares.
Yeah.
d5 and f5, so both of them are quite cool.
Would you opt more for d5 or f5?
I don't know, probably d5 because that dragon bishop on b1 is eyeing that f5 square. That's what I'm thinking. So Henry taking his time over here trying to figure out a setup. I'm sure Henry would like to go through to the next round with full score.
Yeah.
Would be a good feeling.
Who was the runner-up in the previous tournament?
Who was the runner-up? Henry won, and I think it must have been Craig who came second in that.
Yeah.
Or to g6, okay. So he's covering all those potential entry points of the knight.
And then white played d3.
Into d3, thanks. And f5. Everybody goes for that idea.
Maybe he feels because he played d3 now, so the bishop is in.
Uh-huh. And he's opening up the dragon bishop more. And David did give a bit of a shrug, like, okay, interesting.
Maybe, you'd probably want to develop first before playing d5.
Before playing d5. Oh.
You should probably develop first.
I don't know.
Maybe knight b6 first.
Yeah. David was just developing consistently. That's also good. But someone else said in another tournament that Henry loves taking space. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes d5. He goes f4.
Yeah.
Kicking the knight. Where should the knight go? Just taking space. I think that it's always a good idea to take space in these games.
Knight back to d1 and to c3.
Probably. Okay, white has then lost some time. Not that black has been developing himself that much, but that would at least relieve black a bit now. Black can continue about his business of developing as well.
With Henry.
I think he's just out of
he's just.
focus. I think he's just setting up straight.
What do you think of that move? F4.
Not sure. I like it because it's taking space, but obviously white will eventually try to attack it with g3. But still, black can back it up with g5, so I like it. It's taking space, and white is struggling a bit. Maybe white can go d4 to take space. Maybe f3 and d4 is an idea.
Mm.
And therefore Henry develops his dragon to f6, try and start looking at that d4 square, and David immediately goes there to f3, opening up his dragon bishop on g1. d4 is a possibility now. Usually dragon to h4 check would be dangerous, but the queen on f1 is covering g2, so that's not a problem.
Knight e6.
Still covering the d4 square. What to do? Do you go c3? Do you go knight c3? Maybe knight c3 is most natural.
You know what I was thinking? Okay, I was thinking maybe to go g3.
g3. Okay, what's your idea with g3?
Look at me to snap attack.
Say again?
No, I was just thinking maybe to go knight, dragon bishop h3, but it doesn't do much.
Oh, something is developing. Keep an eye on that knight on e6. And it's funny that Henry's knight is now standing on e6, controlling everything. A couple of moves earlier, white's knight was on e3, and I was talking about that nice e3 knight. Anji's suggesting c3 to d4. c3 and then d4. Yeah, that would have been interesting.
What would have been interesting?
Pawn to c3 and then d4.
Oh.
Okay, so David opting for just normal development. Henry plays dragon to c7 quickly. Probably knight e7 also coming up. And keeping his options open which side to castle.
I actually like that idea of bungee. C3 for d4. Unless white wants to go knight e2.
Maybe knight e2
instead of
and
leaving
then
it on
getting
d1.
d4. Aha.
Yeah.
And of course black might be timing d5 as well. So if you go knight e2, maybe black goes d5 before you can get d4.
Where would white develop his queenside dragon? Or would you just leave it there?
Yeah, for now, I guess I'll leave it there. What to do? I guess you have to play for d4. I mean, where you don't have so much space. That's the thing. White needs to push some pawns to open up the position for his dragons.
Dragon F2.
Dragon F2, okay. What's his idea? Not too sure. '97. Yeah, I really like Black's position because Black is so flexible. He can play Queen E7, Queen F7, and short castle. He can go long castling. He can go D5. He can go G5. So some options here for Black. All has to do with having more space.
Yeah. Why Queen G1?
Does he want to go D4? And he's kind of eyeing the A7 pawn in some variations. I don't know. Bit of a curious move, yeah. But maybe he wants to get in D4. Is Henry gonna go Queen G7?
Queen G7. Or maybe D5.
E5.
Or maybe castle long before playing D5. But then the A7 pawn thing.
Yeah, so I don't think castling long is an option anymore with those two.
Yeah.
Amy.
Queen G7.
Queen G7. So Black has the option of short castling now. He's controlling D4 even more. So there's a fight going on for the D4 square.
Surely now 92.
'92 D5 maybe. 92 comes. Is Henry
Okay,
gonna go
wait,
D5?
so you say D5.
I don't know. Just an idea to maybe strike before White does. Okay, I think I can take the headphones off again. I'm realizing a bit late. Yes, he's making me what? Whew. Sun is also a bit bad here, guys.
And d5 is played.
Okay, so d5. Now it's not so easy to play d4. Knight c5. So hitting the e6 knight and b7.
And b7.
Whew. That's way better. Not so much sun. And okay, something happened now over here with our screen. Let's try to fix the screen. Let's try to fix the board. Something happened over here, guys. Let's try to fix it.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of just taking the knight on c5. Bishop, dragon bishop takes, and then close it with d4.
Okay, I'll check just now. Okay, so you're saying what?
When the knight was still on c5.
And then
But
what?
I was thinking black could just take on c5. Oh, but I mean, you can close the dragon bishop in now as well with d4. Just cramping white's position more.
So black definitely has all the space. David again needs to maneuver in this tight position. David is not holding, slowing down though. He's got 9 minutes. Henry's got 6.5. So using that practical factor or weapon. Okay, so black to play. What do we do? Do we push? Do we leave it like that? Do we castle? Do we go g5? Is white threatening d4? Probably he is, eh? So I would go d4 if I was black. d4, g5 afterwards, and c5 to consolidate.
Can't you just take on e4?
Take on e4, let's say we take back with the d pawn or something, and
then you play rook d8.
yeah, because
white's king is still in the center.
And the queen can't
Black
get out easily.
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe that's way better.
And then black can just castle. Okay.
Henry just castles anyway. So he's inviting pawn to d4 here.
But if pawn to d4, don't you just take on e4?
And take back. I guess white's gonna end up with an isolated pawn.
Yeah. Angie says g3.
Pawn to g3, trying to open up lines. Definitely an idea. I mean, white should, I don't know what white should do with his king.
Or maybe white should play g4. And then h4. Although black can
g4 and n percent. And you take with h pawn.
Well, white would have to castle. queen 5. G3 and long castle, Banji.
Looks interesting. White should just watch out for that d4 move and then the a2 pawn hanging. Dragon bishop on e6 and the a2 pawn. Guess you could play dragon b4 then cover the a2 pawn and then if it chases a dragon to d5. No, it's not gonna. Yeah, I'm not so sure about long castling. You just allow that dragon takes a2. Maybe you should.
I don't know what to do for white because even if white goes G3 like Banji suggests, black doesn't have to take. Or if black just keeps it like that. And then what does white do after that?
Okay, I'll do that and then g takes f. But then it just takes back and the dragon bishop on e6 still covering. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I think this amount of space is really giving white problems here.
So is that Henry's strategy? Space.
I don't know, he apparently likes taking space. I mean, usually in chess, if you can take space, it's a good idea. And yeah, maybe the dragon bishops feel it. That is probably one of Henry's strategies, yes, to grab space. And yeah, it's showing clearly, it's helping him a lot. And David is for the first time now, I don't know in when, if he ever has been, but he's now below Henry on the clock. He's been spending a lot of time because he needs to figure out what to do. And finally h4 comes. Not sure what the idea is here, but he's clearly not going to short castle anymore. Maybe you can play g4 afterwards.
But that's what I said, G4 first and then... Okay.
Yeah.
Unless now G3 with the threat of dragon bishop H3 to take off that light square.
G3, dragon h3. Ah. Nice move. So now even if you do g3 and so, oh, maybe it's the only active way for white to go actually. But Henry's just trying to, okay, he gets his last piece into the game. White still doesn't want to long cast because of d4 and a2 hanging. And Henry wants to maybe open up the d file. Because white's rooks aren't connected. So very, very tough here for white.
Can't white just play pawn takes pawn?
Yes, so and then pawn takes pawn. So difficult fighting it, but maybe that's the best way to go. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn.
And then d4.
d4. Aha. Okay, pawn takes pawn, knight takes.
Then dragon bishop. Oh, the dragon bishop on move.
And then you can even.
I thought you could go to e4.
Yeah. But if black can get to e3 as well still.
Mm.
So David, just below 4 minutes. Henry just below 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, it's 2. What else? What to do? Sure.
Why rook h?
Very mysterious move.
Oh, queen h1.
And then?
And then maybe h5.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I mean, something at least. You can go the rook. You can go dragon h4 maybe afterwards. Could be something.
Wow.
I mean, it's just
I was
so
expecting
difficult.
g3.
Yeah, g3 was another almost only active try.
So what does Henry do here next?
I don't know. You tell me.
I was thinking you can push on d to d4, pushing white even further back with this bishop, and then what's that? c5,
And then?
an attack on the queen side.
d5 and c4 and open up more lines on that side.
Yeah, okay.
There's an idea, yeah. I have the feeling I want to open up the position immediately with pawn takes pawn on e4. Bunji's saying g4 to g5 and h4 to h5. Yeah, that's what white can try. And I would take on e4 if I was black here, perhaps. Take on e4, then take on e4. With the d pawn, I guess white doesn't want to take f takes, I'm assuming. Maybe it's possible, I don't know. And Henry taking his time, yeah, he's got a nice position, but what to do with it, that's the thing. Not so easy.
And it takes. No move.
I don't know, maybe d takes. D takes is the most natural. F takes might be stirring things up. Ah, F takes stirs things up. That's what David needs here. C5. Maybe going knight c6 and knight d4 potentially.
I would think maybe something like dragon g4.
Dragon g4. Ah. Pawn to g4. Okay. You mean dragon to g4 for black?
For black, yes,
Yeah.
for black.
So David wants to go g5. And that's okay. I think David is getting some play here. What do we take with queen, maybe?
I'll take with the dragon bishop.
And then isn't. Oh yeah, maybe dragon bishop is fine. White still has hope here. If White can castle at the right moment.
I would take with the dragon bishop and then push h5. Oh, but White needs to move his king.
I mean, at the right moment, he could castle and just give up the a2 pawn. In fact, now he can castle because the bishop is defending a2.
Yeah, but after they, he figures what to do. Oh, queen takes.
Okay, queen takes. I think he wants to cover that g4 square still. And c6. That's coming to d4. a3, knight d4. Takes. He takes d4.
Dragon d2.
Doesn't seem like anything else really. Dragon d2. I think David got out of this one nicely. Dragon e5, maybe not out of the woods yet. Queen g2. Oh my, rook takes f2 is possible. Look at those dragon bishops for black.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, obviously just calculating if it's necessary, if there's anything better than rook takes bishop. Dragon bishop on f2. What else is there? I don't see anything else. But after rook takes dragon bishop on f2, rook takes f2. And it seems like White will have time to still long castle and he'll have a game. Okay, he goes for it.
And after queen take, what will take, queen or rook?
I guess queen takes, then isn't the rook f8 coming?
And now maybe dragon g5 for to stop the long castle.
Ah. That's powerful. Yeah, that looks really powerful. Is anybody gonna play dragon g4? I like your move, Robin. What
But
else?
then I'm thinking if dragon g4, then can't you just go dragon f3? But that wouldn't do anything.
Which dragon do you want to put on g4?
The e1. Oh,
Also-
e6.
Yeah, but dragon f3 would just be a blunder then.
Yes.
Oh no, the dragon on e5 can't go to f3. Wouldn't be a blunder.
Oh. But then if that, then just dragon e3.
Aha. So Henry taking his time, he's down to a minute here. Maybe just trying to make sure he finds the best way forward. He definitely looks good. He's got the dragon bishop against the rook already. White desperately wants to castle next.
Ah, dragon g4.
Nice one.
David nodding. Maybe dragon f4? No.
Maybe to put your king on d2. Not a bad idea. Queen g2. It's a tough position for David to handle. Rook f8. Enemy wants to exchange. And then the rook on a1 is out of the game.
The exchanges.
King can't move. The white king can't move. Dragon bishop.
So the dragon bishop needs to move.
Where can it move? I don't see a move for the dragon bishop.
f1?
Ah, f1 maybe. Or e2. Or g3 or something. Ah,
f1 is covering e3 as well.
Dragon to f1 probably. But don't you just have dragon f3 check? Then you have queen f2 blocking as well.
I was thinking this, but
Then other dragon to g3. What were you saying?
I was thinking bishop, dragon bishop g5. Can't he just chase you? Oh no.
Chase you how?
h6.
Possible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Seems possible. h5. Why not h6? Whoa.
Why? What?
Why not king d2? Why is David hesitating?
Oh, maybe he
Bishop
thinks,
f3 check.
yeah, maybe.
No, but the dragon on g5 is covering it.
Yes, but maybe he thinks the dragon on e5. Let's do take requirement.
Ah, no, I like your move h6 instead of h5. Okay, so he finds it now. Whoa. Takes. King. King is in trouble.
Yeah.
He is in trouble. How to finish off? Dragon f2. I mean dragon f3 check. Queen f2 and queen e3 check. Or something like that. Oh my. King is completely. King f1. King f1, dragon h3, and you have a queen for a rook. Okay, I think it's over now. Any questions? Don't you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
I think David's muted though.
David, can you still hear us? Let me just ask David to unmute. Are you still with us, David?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So tough game, David. Well done, Henry. So, whew, just seems like you were lacking too much space there, David.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I went wrong, but I never really liked my it was difficult to find a plan.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you somehow got out of the worst of it there. Maybe you should have even considered, I don't know, this sounds crazy, but maybe you should have considered long castling anyway, just giving up the a2 pawn. In some lines, the dragon bishop doesn't put you in check also. But I mean, it's easy to say that with
The options, but
Yeah. Did you look at, instead of when I played my dragon to g4, just playing rook g2? That's the move that I was like very worried about.
sorry, where's that? You played dragon to f4?
I played the dragon on e6. I played it to g4.
To g4.
Right, when you had the queen on g1 and the rook on f2.
Yes, and rook on h2.
On f2, right?
What did I play? I played rook. Allowed.
You played queen g2, and then I just played rook f8 and traded rooks.
Oh, okay.
I thought rook g2 attacking the dragon bishop, and then if I go to h5, you play rook g5.
We can actually
and then you get one of them back.
We can actually go to that position and check it out, guys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I looked at it then. I can't remember. I know I did look at rook g2, but I always felt I was cramped anyway.
But, 25. Let's just check quickly.
Maybe.
So instead of queen g2, Henry, you said rook g2.
Yeah, that's the move that I was like. That's why I spent so much time. I spent like 3 minutes. Because I want to stop him from castling if I can.
Yes.
But yeah, I wasn't sure what to do in this position. Because now if I play dragon to h5, then rook g5 is looked annoying.
Oh, I missed the rook g5. I also saw this and I just thought the dragon h5 is safe.
Sorry, what happened here?
Look, the dragon bishop on g4 needs to move. And I initially thought dragon h5 is fine, still stopping you from castling. But then the rook g5 just double attacks both dragon bishops.
What about h5 here, though?
h5?
Yeah, maybe h5. I think you can take and you just take and play dragon g5.
Yeah, and then king d2 maybe or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting idea there. So Henry.
Sure. Yeah.
What is Robin asked here? Is it your philosophy to take more space as much as you can? Seems like you were driving in the space over there.
Yeah. So I think one thing that's important is avoiding holes in your position. So, for example, putting pawns on like c5, e5, g5, for example. Like after e4, e5, I like this idea of playing c6 and g6, sort of controlling the potential holes on d5 and f5.
And this is maybe, if I may ask, this is maybe, I think I saw Khadija also play these formations in the Four Queens. Maybe you guys have done a bit of practice, some home cooking.
Yeah, and it might be like a family
But I mean,
idea.
it looks. I've mentioned it before as well in some tournaments. Like that structure seems to be popular, especially with the female players. Not just Khadija. I've seen other players as well try it out. So looks like a solid formation.
I mean, I think if you sort of have to try, at least if you give an outpost, you have to get one in return. Like I guess. And in this game, I mean, I think David just sort of allowed me to play f5 and f4 and then play d5 and yeah. I mean, it was sort of natural to do. So
yeah, I was planning originally to try break with d4. I mean, so I was actually not too unhappy with it, but the timing just never seemed to work.
Yeah, it's tough. I also thought even when I played d5, I was looking at d4 for white.
Yeah.
And I was often looking at d4 sacrifices, takes, and then play e5 or something like that. But I could never get it to work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So
yeah, I mean, I thought even at the end, like even though you get the cramped position, I felt at some point you're going to get some chance to do something. Like I mean, at some point the position will open up and there will be some tactics.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I could have just not played whatever h4, g4, and just wait.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't. I don't know. I felt I had to do something active, and I couldn't think of anything really. That's the problem.
it's tough. I mean, these positions, fish are random positions with your pieces on
Yeah.
string squares. It's so hard to.
I mean, I wanted to play h4, h5, maybe just give up that pawn and then
Yeah.
these-
Yeah. That's an idea.
and then maybe like try for dragon h4 or something like that. But still, I never was convinced about it.
Yeah, no. I think the space advantage that give Henry a lot there, and some nice development there by Henry. Interesting setup. The first tough game for David. I feel the other games you're doing great. So, but thanks guys for entertaining us for today. It's been a tough day, a long day, an interesting day. Tough one for David. I feel like you've played some good chess. Maybe not the result you deserve, but thanks for playing and participating again. Well done to you, Henry, for topping the Group A with full score. So the Paradigm Kings champ continues with a good run. And Henry will now join Ben Hercules to go to the knockout stages that continues next weekend, guys. So next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we will continue with that. But tomorrow we still have Group B. Group B, of course, is a scintillating group as well. We've got IM Kobese, we've got IM Mabusela, we've got Craig Willenberg, and we have FIDE Master Paul Gluckman. That's David's son there as well. So there's still a chance for Gluckman to get through. And it should be quite interesting. Paul also making his debut here in the online scene for Paradigm Chess Tactic. So any final comments from you guys?
I'll just wish Henry good luck for next week. I think he's obviously he's probably the favorite, got a good chance, but it won't be that easy either.
No. I think it's nice to see some new players, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Paul and Johannes do tomorrow. I'm hoping at least one of them go through to the knockouts as well.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, guys. Well played, and see you guys next time. Cheers.
Thanks,
Bye.
Cheers.
Aaron.
Thanks.